Carol. Carol. Oh, she's digging. Look it. Do you see her right there in the corner? There she is. Carol, she was hiding from me when I first got home because I turned on the... There she's moving. She's going to hop. She does this thing where she's going to climb on top of her little purple house and she's going to go. And she tries to hang on to the screen on the top. Wow. Okay. Wow. First off, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful, wonderful mom. Happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful mothers out there and to my Aunt Sally. I was going to say, and happy Mother's Day to Carol's mom too, because without her, I wouldn't have my cute little Carol. All right, let's hop right into it because I prayed about this quite a bit. If you guys watched Armchair Detectives live earlier, he was very open about listening to the phone calls, I believe. I don't know if they were Zoom, because in some of the calls, they were like, you look good. So I'm assuming they were Zoom calls. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Hey, Monis. Hey, Nicole. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they were listening to the phone calls or Zoom calls between Chris Watts, his mom, his sister, and his dad. Did you guys catch those? Hit a 1 if you caught those. And gather around. Because I prayed about this and I was like, I don't want to come off like a dick, but I have to say something about it because something really disappointed me and disturbed me earlier. And I'd like to talk about that. Gather around. No chance. No dance. That's so cool! Carol. Oh, she's going bonkers. We did. Oh, she's stuffing her cheeks now. She's got all healthy food. But anyways, all right. Ashley saw it. Hey, Nikki Rex. Hey, Susan, Connie, love you too. Aussie true crime lover, you missed it. Thanks, small town girl. Hey, Nicole, you're fun. I like sending Nicole crazy messages throughout the day. When I get really high on caffeine, I'll get all loaded on it and I'll send her a crazy message. Thank you, Just Marie. Yes, happy Mother's Day to all of the moms. Hey, All Films Productions. I haven't seen you in a while. What? Hey, Nikki Six. Happy Little Accidents. Irvin, Angie. This is going to be... You saw my video of Chris Watts. It was amazing. You're like a reporter without any coverage and still investigating. Which one? What do you talk? Hey, Sheila. My real name is Carol, and every time you talk to your baby, I kind of lose it. You're the victim of my caffeine spurges, and you're going to be another one tomorrow. Sorry if I'm buffering. I'd like to apologize about the buffering. It's raining outside, and my internet is ridiculous. I'm a victim of bad internet service. You think that I look good? Comments were when they were visiting the day before the sentencing. They talk on a handset. It is recorded when visiting a prisoner at least. Okay. So here's my thoughts on it because I was listening to Armchair earlier and he was playing them with a very open mind. And he was just playing them, listening. And I was reading some of the comments people were saying, what? And I was kind of shocked by some of them. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Luann. So anyways, a couple of them were, and I prayed about it. I was like, God, how do I address this so I'm not coming off as a jerk, but speaking my mind at the same time? God, would that be fun? Will you show me how? And God was like, yeah, sure. Just do it without being a dick. Okay, God. God, you're cool. God, you want to have fun tomorrow? He said, yeah. What did Boston actress say? What'd she say? Well, how come I can't? Any exes call back? No, none of them called me back. Shit. You're a virgin tonight. Never catch a live. Welcome, Jackie. Welcome. Okay. Here's my thoughts, Nikki Rex. So some people were saying earlier, you're dying to hear from Michael. He didn't call me back. I was calling some of my exes last night. None of them. Nobody called me. They didn't even answer the phone. So anyways, they're listening to the phone calls from, Chris talking to his family. And, I believe it was the mom first, and then the sister, and then the dad. And some of the comments like, listen, I completely understand we all hate the crime that happened, right? Whether we believe one person did it or two, or, whoever did it, or whoever hid the bodies, whatever it is, we hate the crime, right? So here's where I want to start. Let's do a little bit of ASMR true crime. Oh, okay. Okay, Moniz. Hey, Rev. Oh, I don't know how to make myself burp. I felt like I had a burp. Oh my God, it's heartburn. Oh, God. You're trying to go to sleep with no anxiety, and you always make that. Sorry. Oh, well, good, Lynn. I'm taking collagen pills to help with my heartburn. Don't do this at home. Anyways, take a deep breath and close your eyes if it's safe to do so. If you have family in the room staring at you, just say, "Look away! Don't look at me. The person in my ears is telling me what to do." And close your eyes. If you're at work, go out and ask if you can take an extended lunch break and close your eyes. And don't do it if you're driving, because I don't want to be blamed if something happens. Only do it if it's safe. Now close your eyes for some ASMR, true crime. Oh my God, I think Carol just queefed. Carol? Did you hear that? Hey, Linnea. Okay. Oh, good, Gene. I'm glad. Listen, close your eyes if it's safe. Unless you're watching over, like, if you're babysitting or something. I mean, only do it if it's safe. Jesus. God, please help me. Okay. Take a deep breath. Now imagine. Now let's say you have kids. If you don't, just imagine. Don't be difficult, just role play. Imagine you have a child that you love very much, or it could even be a sibling that you've known for, let's say 30 plus years, huh? Eh? As the Canadians say, eh? Now, imagine that he savagely or she savagely killed their whole family, and they're in jail for it. Now imagine that you're going to talk to them for the very first time in months because you haven't heard from them at all. Even though they're in jail for like a heinous crime, you only have a limited time. Close your eyes. If it's safe, close them. Fuck. Happy Mother's Day, Jennifer. Now close your eyes. Now, imagine that you are going to visit this person, whoever it is, close to your heart. You savagely killed someone and you don't agree with that. You're totally against it and you're mad at them and you're angry and you're like, oh God, when I see them, I just want to fucking cuss them out, those pieces of shit. But you miss them because you miss the normality of your life, right? So whether you're this person's brother, mother, sister, lover, whoever it is. Now, you only have a limited time to talk to them, right? So do you want to spend that limited amount of time yelling at them and being angry? Maybe you do. But again, remember, you're not going to talk to them probably for a while after this. Put the knife down, Nikki Rex. Why is she pulling the knife out now? You can't close your eyes. You're eating and you're scared to stab yourself. Okay, don't do that then. Okay? Be careful, guys. Now close your eyes if it's safe. Now, what would you say? Let's say you only had 20 minutes to talk. Huh? Eh? As the Canadians say. Would you be mean? Would you cry? Would you reminisce about the past? Well, what would you say? You've told your kids you ever harmed someone for your own sick reasons and for any crazy reason other than self-defense. I'll take you myself. Kylie, close your eyes. Sit down, Kylie. Sit down. Sit down. No, I agree with that. But close your eyes if it's safe, except if you're eating with a fork. If you're on a liquid diet, go ahead and close your eyes. Now, let's say this is the time, maybe you don't know when you're going to be able to talk to them again. Now, people on the outside may say, God, that was my family member. I wouldn't even talk to them, or I wouldn't go, or I'd scream at them as soon as I saw them. But remember, you're on a limited amount of time. They could get beat up and killed in jail for all you know. This could be the last time you're ever going to talk to them again. You want to let them know how much you love them, don't you? Yes, Susie, I'm live. The first 10 minutes would be crying and cursing, and then the 10 minutes would be crying and expressing how much I love and miss them. I like that, Angie. Combining the emotions. I'm a Gemini. I like a good combination of emotions. Now, hold on a minute, because these collagen pills are sticking to the sweat in my hand. Why am I sweating in my hand? I don't know. Maybe I'm still having withdrawals. God only knows. Collagen. Beauty. Now, remember, if it's safe, close your eyes again. God, you're just sitting there in front of your loved one, talking on the phone or Zoom or whatever it is, and you're just, oh, God, I miss you. I just want to tell you how much I love you. That's what I would say. Okay, let's say it's my sister, and that's believable. I mean, my sister can lay down some shit, man. I've seen her put a cop in a chokehold. My sister bit a cop one time. My sister one time, she got out of the chokehold from a cop that was arresting her, and she ran down the street in handcuffs. And then another time, yes, I'm saying another time, my sister was running from the police. She had a beer in her hand, and she had run out of someone's house because the police were chasing her to arrest her. And you know what she did? She ran off into the night. And when they were chasing her into the night, she pretended like she was a jogger to blend in with the night with a beer in her hand, as if they wouldn't know. Oh, please, you're funny. But if she would have went to jail for killing someone or something, I would have been like, oh, fuck. I'm not surprised. But I would still go, and as much as I'd want to be like, you know what? God, are you stupid? Like, what the hell were you thinking? Remember, like, I don't want my 20 minutes to be just bitching her out. She sounds awesome. She is pretty cool. My sister, one time I sat on top of her in the driveway. And my friend Amber was holding her head down as I was sitting on top of her butt or her head or something, waiting for the police to show up. My sister flatlined because she was driving drunk one time and she slammed into a telephone pole. She had to pay for the telephone pole to replace it. Now, my brother, he's a cop. He's a hero. But my sister and me, we've been arrested before. We're criminals. Now, we've never killed anybody before. But do you see, I'm trying to place you in a mindset of being in front of that loved one of yours. Now, I want you to, let's go back to the ASMR true crime again, because this is how God wanted me to express my feelings, through softness, not anger, not judging anyone's opinion, being peaceful and neutral. And anybody that disagrees with me can suck it. No, Satan, no. That's not what we're doing today, Satan. So let's burn some sage, and we can all agree to disagree. Thank you, Angie. I will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, imagine that you're on that phone call, or, whatever it is, that conjugal visit, watching that conjugal. and it's being recorded. Now imagine that everybody on YouTube is listening to your conversation and judging you, judging every single thing that you're saying to your loved one. Hey, Mustang Sally. Imagine that you're telling your loved one, not today, Satan. You know, let's say you're not talking about the crime. You're just saying, we miss you. We love you. My daughter got baptized today. Dad got baptized today. You look good. You shaved your face. You look good. You look younger. Imagine the whole world listening to you small talk with your loved one and saying, listen to their voice. Listen to their voice. Why are they being nice to him? Why are they being loving? Why did they just say they love him? They don't love him. Did you hear they started love you too, Jen K. Did you hear they started crying when they said they missed him? They don't miss him. They're lying. What if the whole world was judging your conversation? And let's say it's your son, okay? And the whole world is judging your emotions. Yeah, I'm feeling better, Lady T. And they're judging everything about you. Not only that, but I also heard people, even making fun of Ronnie Watt's accent. Now, I understand, again, we all hate the crime, right? We all hate that there was a family that was murdered. I think we all agree on that. But if somebody misses their family and they only have a limited amount of time to talk to someone, yeah, maybe they probably do have anger. They're probably frustrated with him. Like, how did you get your stupid ass into this situation? Easy for people to judge, but until it happens to you, you really don't know what you would say. Exactly, Just Marie. I agree with that. And I think they're grieving as well, because even though Chris Watts is still alive and he may have done this horrible thing, hate the sin, not the sinner. Yes, Nikki Rex. You still have to realize that there's a family that they went from, even if they didn't get along with Shanann, okay, or maybe they didn't agree with his marriage. Thank you, Fantasy X33. Well, hey, just a mom, Mazzeo. Happy Mother's Day. It's so hard visiting your son you love in prison, believe me, I know. I'm sorry, Connie. So even though we may not agree with the relationship they had with Shanann while she was alive or whatever, we have to realize that, let's go back to the ASMR for a minute. Put the fork down and close your eyes. Unless you're driving or doing something unsafe, do not. Only do this if if you're in a safe vicinity. Okay? Your bubble. In your social distance bubble. Thank you, Nicole Morgan. I wish I could stay up longer to listen to this fellow Coloradan. Does not have the energy you do. Have a great night. Happy Mother's Day, Nicole. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you. Wasn't he locked up for 90 odd days on his own too, till he spoke to them Thanksgiving? I believe so, Shar. So let's go back to the ASMR for a moment. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just kidding. Close your eyes. Now, we may not agree, but remember, I want you to imagine that person in your life right now that is just, they light up your life, whether it be your child, maybe it's a cousin, maybe it's a funny coworker that every time you see him, you're like, you're so funny. How do you stay in a good mood all the time like that? I wish I was more like you. You're so cute. Or maybe it's somebody on TV that makes you smile. Just imagine whoever that person is that just brings lightness to your day. Could be your grandma. Love you, Grandma. You're just so cute. God, you're so cute. I want to make out with you. Maybe it's your dog. Maybe whoever it is. Imagine who that person is and put them in your mind right now. I'm going to say mine is Carol, my hamster. Now imagine that you turn on the 9 o'clock news and you see that they just killed someone or a bunch of people. You're like, oh my God. Love you too, Nicole. Oh, am I awake right now? Am I dreaming? They're like the nicest, most calmest person I know. How? This can't be true. No, this can't. No, you know what? This is a mistake. This has to be a mistake. They were in a bad marriage. No, something is off here. Sorry, this isn't right. Now imagine you're going to visit that person in jail. Okay, so I'm going to visit my cute little Carol. She's locked up in an orange jumpsuit. Oh, am I going to go there and scream at her and be like, you stupid bitch? Or am I going to take that 20 minutes that I haven't seen her in, God, 90 days, and I know she's going to be in there for lifetime probably, or maybe even the death penalty. Maybe they're going to kill my cute little Carol, who's a serial killer. But they're going to kill her, or she's going to be locked up forever. Maybe Carol's going to get beat up. Oh my God, prison, it's not the place for Carol to be. Carol is a nice person. How does this happen? What am I going to say to her? I miss her. I haven't seen her in so long. I'm only going to have 20 minutes. So in my personal opinion, I would take that 20 minutes and I would use it for love. And being a believer in Christ, hey, Lokame, I would also take that opportunity to make sure that I talk to her about Christ. I just feel like that would be my duty, because there was one comment in Armchair Detectives chat, and this is not him, he didn't say it. He was actually very open-minded about the phone calls from what I heard. But somebody said they should, because, Chris Watts is into the Bible and whatever, that's between him and God. But somebody said in the chat, and I don't even remember whose name it was, they said he deserves to have his Bible taken away from him. He lost his right to have his Bible. Now, everybody has different beliefs. But if you're a follower of Christ, and I am, I wouldn't consider myself a churchgoer, or I don't even like using a label of it. I have a relationship with Christ. That's beautiful. He's shown me beautiful signs in life. He's blessed me with miracles. He's picked me up at my lowest, where I felt about this big, lustful, sinful. He's been amazing to me and so forgiving. So when I see a comment like that, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me right now. The one thing that Chris Watts needs is God. Yeah, it may be nice for his family to visit him, talk to him. The one thing everybody in this situation needs, in my personal opinion, is God. And I understand a lot of people are angry. They're like, he deserves to burn in hell, or he this, or he that, or whatever. Look, forgiveness, in my personal walk with Christ, forgiveness belongs to everybody who repents and feels remorse and bad. Good morning, Hazel. The phone call in question was the day before court. His family wasn't allowed to talk about what he did. Okay. And even so, I can honestly say that if I had only a limited amount of time to talk to whoever it is that I care enough to visit or have a phone call with, I definitely would want to avoid the subject and just be like, here's how my life's going. I would want to share as much positivity as possible with that person. Hey, Katrina. So I think it's great that his family was doing small talk. And if anything, hey, Sharon, I love you so much. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. If anything, I think his family needed that. Can you imagine, like I said, seeing my little Carol on the news? All of a sudden, she's locked up. I'm never going to be able to hold her again. Never going to be able to, and I know but Carol is my world, just like Sandra was. Hey, Brittany B. So my point is, yes, everyone deserves a Bible. Everyone deserves that relationship with Christ. And also, if you do something as horrible as annihilating your family, killing anyone, doing anything horrible, the way I look at life in general is, if you're still living and breathing, whether you're behind bars, out in the free world, wherever you are. There's a lot of free people that never get caught, and they're just out there causing a ruckus. But wherever you are in life, I believe that you're still breathing, so you still have opportunity to learn, to change, and to grow. So I've said this before, but I believe that Chris Watts has the right and the opportunity to change his mindset, to get right with God, and any other prisoner that's up in that bitch with him, or any other prison, or out in the world, or in this chat, or sitting right here in this chair. We all have the opportunity to look back at our actions because we're still fucking breathing. I don't believe prison is just there to punish people permanently. It's there so you sit there and you think about your motherfucking actions. And you start to feel bad about him. Some people say, where was God? Where was God back when, he had his family? Where was God there? Sometimes it takes a big fucking thing in people's life to get close to God. So obviously he wasn't that close to God before. And if he wants to get close to God now, more fucking power to him. Kylie says, when my brother was locked up a whole bunch of times, he only wanted us to say good things, never bad. Unfortunately, I'm the ringer for bad news, like always. But yeah, if you haven't spoke to someone, you don't want to talk. I mean, hello, obviously that's already the elephant in the room. Hey, Diana, you don't want to talk about that. You want to let that person know who shocked you with their actions will always love you. And you want to know what? I posted this in Armchair's chat earlier. Hey, Terry. Oh, I like how you spell Terry Cranberry. I'm going to read this to you because a lot of people say, how can they love him? How can they say I love him? Thanks, Tammy. Let me look up this verse, and I want to say it exactly the way it is, because the last part of this Bible verse, and yes, I am fucking using a Bible verse today. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. And yeah, I'm cussing while I'm preaching. Sorry. Okay. Here it is. Hey, Siren. This case brings out many different views and emotions. All opinions are welcome. Absolutely, Neki Rex. Thank you for putting that. Please remember to remain respectful and expressing your thoughts in chat. You're fantastic. Okay, so this is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8. My baby Ian's 15th birthday is tomorrow, and it's on Mother's Day. What an awesome day for me. Can you please give him a shout out and tell him, oh, that's so cool! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. That's so good. Okay, so here it is. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. Think about all the people you're telling you love. And if you don't fit these categories, then you don't love them. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you got to work on that love. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. So, love does not rejoice in someone's wrongdoing. Love is forgiving, right? So when you say that you love somebody unconditionally, you fucking mean it. Sometimes you're irritable. Oh, God, that's me, like all the time. I've got a perma-PMS. I was quick to judge until I really thought about what I would do if my son ever did such a terrible thing and how I'd handle it. Yeah. And of course you're going to be angry. Of course you're going to have that anger. But you have to remember, we're blessed enough to not be in those shoes. and hopefully never have to be in those shoes of having to be in the position that the Watts family has been put in on the internet in front of the whole entire world. All I've ever seen on people is people trashing and bashing his family. And yeah, everyone bats for Shanahan's family. That's great. They're victims as well. But so is the Watts family. They also lost people. Oh, well, they didn't cry enough. We want to see tears. We want to see this. Well, guess what? Everybody fucking grieves differently. And everybody has emotions differently. Okay? I can tell you right now, I love my brother very much. I know 2 of my nieces. The other 2 that he hasn't talked to my family really. Me and my brother text each other once in a fucking while. I don't know his family, okay? And this sounds terrible to say. If something ever happened like this, I can honestly say I don't think you would see tears. You want to know why? Because I fucking don't know them. I'm not close enough to them, and that is the cold, hard fucking truth. Does it sound shitty? Yeah. But the truth is, I don't fucking know those people. I haven't seen my brother physically in a long time. As far as his children, don't fucking know them. I knew the 2 oldest ones when they were kids. Oh, well, that's different. That's your brother's kids. No, it's fucking not. It's family. Love you too, Katrina. Thank you. And it sounds shitty, but when family division happens, it also affects your emotions. The grieving process is difficult and everybody grieves differently. Hey, Jill, welcome. I've always said you don't have to agree with everything someone does, but you can still support them without loving the deed. I agree with that, Mountain Mama. So you guys get my point? And I was like really mad when I was in Armchair's chat earlier, not at him, but at some of the comments. I was like, I am so fucking disappointed. Where the hell is the forgiveness in the fucking world? I understand a family was killed, and I'm not talking about like right away just being like, oh, yeah, forgive him. But in my heart, that's how it works. And in my belief. But to say that somebody doesn't deserve a Bible, somebody doesn't deserve a relationship with Christ and with God, that is, I'm sorry, in my opinion. No, I'm not sorry. That is bullshit. Because that's not what Christ has shown this sinner right here who has sinned a lot. No, I've never killed no one. No, I never plan on killing someone. But I've made a lot of shitty decisions and actions in my life. And if that was held against me forever and I was thrown to hell and everyone hated me forever for it, just like in my sobriety, I've hurt a lot of people's feelings through ignoring people when I was drunk, or I'd go on benders and disappear on drug benders and stuff. So I'm almost a year sober. In about 2 months, I'll be a year sober. Can you imagine people always throwing my past in my face, even though I've gotten better, and saying, you can't change. I don't believe you can change. Well, I am fucking changing, whether you like it or not. You could say, oh, well, he was an alcoholic or he did meth. I'll never forgive him. Once an addict, always an addict. Once a murderer, always a murderer. Once a monster, always a monster. No. As long as you're breathing, you have an opportunity to learn from your past and change. And that's how I look at any situation. And you may disagree with that, and that's okay. My brother watched his son get killed, and he was in such shock. He didn't cry until the wake. I lost my mom, and it's just now hitting me. I watched her pass. So yeah, everyone is different. Yeah, and especially when there's a mix of emotions like anger and sadness and confusion and shock. So to see people just go after his family like that, I think it's fucking disgusting because we don't know them. And a lot of times we want to project our anger on someone, right? Well, they're his blood, and how could they support him? And how could they even call him or anything? Because love is fucking unconditional. That's why. Oh, I love you, Nikki Rex. Susie says, everyone has made mistakes. Not one of us is perfect, but we grow up and learn from them. Hopefully, right? And if we don't, then we're going to make probably the same mistake over and over and over until we learn from it. We are more in life then the worst thing we have ever done. I believe that wholeheartedly. Me too. So for his family, if they ever listen to this, I don't have any fucking hatred, and I never have for them. And when I see, and I think, you know how some people have their own opinions, and then some people are kind of like a monkey see, monkey do type of person, like, oh, this person doesn't like them, I'm just going to go with that. I see a lot of that on here, you know, ganging up or hating in groups. What did his family do? So they may have said they didn't have a good relationship with Shanann, right? They told the truth. Can't you at least give them some props for telling the truth? They didn't lie about it. They didn't sugarcoat it. Yeah, Mary, that's what I'm talking about right now. Mary's saying, but Robbie, they talk about Shanann like a dog, and that's where my problem is with his family. As far as them talking open and honestly, I would rather them talk open, and I've addressed this before. When let's go back to the ASMR. Remember, if it's safe, close your eyes. Picture the most person that annoys you the most, that you don't like in the whole entire world. Maybe it's your sister-in-law. Maybe it's your mother-in-law. Maybe it's your sister or your mom or whoever it is. Whoever it is that just drives you nuts the most, and you just borderline even hate them, right? Maybe you hate people. Picture one person. Maybe you hate multiple people. Maybe you're just cool like that. You just hate so many people. Okay? Now imagine that they just died. Now imagine somebody just came up to you, and maybe they need to interview you for the news. Maybe they want you to write a eulogy for this person. What do you got? What do you got? What are you going to say? If they say, how is your relationship with your mother-in-law? And let's say your mother-in-law called you the C word every time you got in a gathering. Are you going to lie? And are you going to say, she was a beautiful, really, she was a sweet, really sweet person. Yeah, we got along perfect. No, especially if it's a murder involved. Tell the truth, right? The truth hurts sometimes. But if you don't get along with somebody, you just simply didn't get along with somebody. So if somebody's interviewing you, like Mustang Sally just said, Robbie, after the murder, Cindy trashed Shanann in an interview. I can't forget that. I do remember that, Sally. Now we have to remember that she believed, okay, and she may still, I don't know, the first confession. So if you truly believe that, then yeah, you're going to say, hey, remember, his mom was saying, I want my son to fight. If he didn't do this, I want him to fight. So you have to remember, she saw her son as the victim at that time. And maybe she still does. I don't know. So if whoever you believe is the murderer in the situation, of course, you're probably going to trash them. Maybe you didn't get along with them. Now, am I saying it's okay to trash the deceased? No, but we have to remember, she had a rocky relationship with her. She believed the first confession. So it's not just, I don't believe Cindy Watts would just trash her and say, she's terrible, and just trash her after she got murdered. I don't think that. I think that she believed the first confession and she was angry about it. That's what I believe. Katrina says, I lost 32 family and friends in 2 years. I find I cannot cry no more when I lose someone. Then lost my bird and broke right down. Aw, I'm a big animal lover too. And yeah, Nashville says they lost their grandbabies too. And I often hear people say, they didn't cry. They didn't mention the grandbabies at this or that. And you guys have to remember, I mean, everybody's watching their every word. So when they spoke at court, you have to remember that was like their opportunity to speak in front of their son for him to hear them. And they're probably nervous because the world's already talking about how much they hate them already. So of course, when we get nervous, we stutter. Sometimes we're like, oh shit, I wanted to say this and I completely forgot. We don't know what was going through their head. But my point is, I do not believe that they are hateful people. I don't believe that they deserve the hatred that's coming their way. And I believe that they're grieving as well. It may be different than what we're used to seeing, but again, like many of you have said, everyone grieves differently. And that's the most polite way that I can put it, because, I was praying about it. I was like, God, no, I want to say something, but I'm just going to go on my channel and yell about it because I was angry. But God was like, no, you should, because his family does deserve love. They don't deserve to be targeted the way that they have on here. Now, I'm not saying to go love them and like them, and if you don't like them, don't like me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, think about their position as well. Think about if you were in that position. If the whole world all of a sudden turned against you because somebody you love killed someone. And then all that hatred is coming to you because you still love that person. That would feel horrible. That would feel terrible because you didn't do any of that, right? It's the same thing. And that's just the way that I look at it. So I've seen people on YouTube literally get in full-on fights over this case. Yeah, and that we don't need to do that. You can speak your opinion, just like mine. Mine is not the popular opinion. Lots of people, I speak my opinion. They'll say I'm a victim basher or I'm a Chris Watts sympathizer or whatever. I'm a sympathizer to everybody involved in this situation, including Chris Watts. Because everybody experiences life, everybody makes terrible decisions, and everybody deserves to learn and grow. That is my personal opinion. Everybody. So whether the first confession is true, whether Shanann did it, Chris, anybody, all of them deserve forgiveness and love and peace and growth and change. And that's just my personal opinion. None of us know what we would do or say if we were in either family's shoes. We're just observers. Exactly. So we have to be careful. Well, a long time ago, I prayed for patience, and then I got in a really, really crazy business of fucking being a flight attendant. Shit. I was constantly running, packing luggage. I was like, okay, I'm learning patience, God. Smart ass. He was teaching me patience. Don't ask for something unless you want to feel it, right? In order to learn patience, I had to be thrown in situations where I had to be patient. Oh, okay. Hey, Amanda. Marisol says, Cindy always hated Shanann from the start, and when CW moved to Colorado, she felt she took her baby boy away from her. So she just didn't trash Shanann Watts because of the first confession. She never accepted her. Well, and again, that is from an outsider's opinion. We don't know that we can just look at that and say, she didn't, and this is why she did that, unless she said it with her mouth. That's just hearsay, or, that's just kind of jumping to conclusions. And let's say that she didn't like her. They didn't get along. And think of the people that you don't get along with right now. Now, if they ever got killed, imagine people coming after you and saying, it's your fault, or you could have been nicer to them. You should have. Everybody's going to die one day. So think of every single person that you're mad at right now, or every single person you don't talk to. All that shit's going to come back on you when they die, right? You're going to have the finger pointed at you because you should have been nicer, even if they weren't nice to you. Think about that. Hey, Lauren. I feel that the Watts may have had some knowledge beforehand. Jamie gave the oxy to CW. They were in on that note. Chris wrote, Ron was quick to the doll pick. Well, and again, Mary, that's good. I mean, we're all doing investigative work and stuff, but I've had family and friends when I was with people saying, dude, you're dating a fucking crazy person. You need to protect yourself. You need to sneak out. I'll help you move all your shit out of the fucking house while they're at work or something. So that note could have been anything. That's just where we could all speculate on stuff, but unless things are in permanent stuff, we don't know. We don't know. Let me ask you guys a question. Now, you don't have to answer this because it's fucking illegal. Has your neck ever hurt or anything? Has anybody ever been like, oh, Tylenol's not helping you? Here's a fucking Percocet. Here's a Vicodin for you. Now imagine that someone you know just got murdered and they had Vicodin in their system. And someone comes to you and they're like, oh, you took the Vicodin. You're the one who killed him. Do you see what I'm saying? Like anybody could fucking get in trouble for a drug deal, any of that kind of shit. We don't know why a pill was slipped to somebody or whatever. We don't know. We can speculate, but I trust law enforcement and I trust, people to do their fucking jobs. So, we sit and we speculate in these chats, and it's interesting to play investigator and be like, ooh, maybe this happened, or ooh, I see something different in that video, or whatever. You had a friend steal your Adderall. There you go, Angie. But do you guys truly think that when we sit here and we look over, hey, Amy, when we look over videos and maybe we're like, oh, I think I see a ponytail. Ooh, we had somebody on YouTube slow the video down and it looked like there was a woman there, or we had them do this, or we see that. Do you think that the fucking police haven't already slowed that same fucking videotape down over and over and over? Do you think that they're not doing their fucking jobs? Now, you may answer the question and say, yeah, I think they're not doing their fucking job. But I think if something was that obvious under our noses and in front of our face, the police would be on top of it, not YouTube. Now, is it fun and interesting to sit in chats? Absolutely. Because I don't believe that we have the full story, but I also don't believe that we ever fucking will. Just my opinion again. Oh, I'm sorry, Angie. We don't know for sure that Jamie gave him the oxy. It's just opinion, just saying. See, and you don't believe any of the shadows. It is interesting, the shadow thing. It does kind of look like a ponytail sometimes. One time I was like, wow, that does look like a ponytail. But shit, I mean, we've been to the Watts house and it looks like there's people in the fucking windows. Mexi and I have looked at pictures where it really looks like there's someone in the window, but we've seen different faces. I'm like, oh, wait, you see it that way? I see it this way. It's just like looking at a painting. And what is that, an ink blot? When you're sitting at a paint gallery, oh, interesting. You see that? I see this. Our eyes play tricks on us. Our eyes show us maybe what we want to see. Maybe we have anger towards the mistress because, maybe we think that she was a hoe. Exactly, Susie. I really don't. God knows. Chris knows. And if anybody else was involved. Hey, Chroma Junkie. So my point here is, you should have just gone to the game. Hey, Regina. Hey, fam damly. You only see Chris in the videos. Me too. Do I see shadows? Yeah, I see shadows all the fucking time. I'm a fucking nutball. Just kidding. I don't have hallucinations. I believe someone else knew more. Possibly Sunny. I think there are more videos from both the Watts and Nate's camera, but it's my opinion. Yeah, I mean, especially if there's other cameras in the neighborhood. Of course, yeah. I get bashed so much for not agreeing on those videos, but their blurriness and see. Yeah, and now is it wrong to go through all those videos? No, if that's what people like to do. I mean, I'll sit in chats and be like, I'll listen to what people have to say because I'll keep an open mind. Amber, hey Grace. Phoenix Project. Wait, do you have a wrench under this channel? Because I think your Amber channel has a wrench. Hang on. Oh. I'm reading Nate's mom's book. She has a book? I didn't know she had a book. What's the name of it? A friend of mine's dad died the other day. First thing she did was take all of his drugs out of the safe before even calling. Oh my goodness. If you think Jamie gave Chris the oxy, if she did, knowing he was going to give it to Shanann and abort their baby, I feel for you. Well, and I mean, the police would be on top of that too, don't you think? Now, I've dated crazy people. Okay, I had a boyfriend one time that I seriously, he was fucking punching himself in the face and shit and was threatening to call the cops on me and say that I did it. This fucker was crazy. So if my parents told me, hey, dude, you need to like write a note or something in case this crazy fuck, we don't know. We don't know how their relationship was. So we don't know what the basis was behind that note either. Now, if somebody's telling you to write a note like that, that's probably a big sign that your relationship is not the greatest, right? Oh, good night. Good night, Amanda. I don't care what CW felt. The answer was not murder. It was divorce. I completely agree with that, Princess Jax. Yeah, so there's crazy people. So we do our protect yourself the way that you have to. The best way to do it, again, is divorced or breaking up. Beyond Tragedy, A Story of Shanann Watts by Vonda Knox. I'm going to have to screenshot that. Thank you. I didn't know that. Welcome, Watts the Obsession. I just posted a video that slowed down and zoomed in on the driveway footage, and it's all Chris. Oh, awesome. Hold on. I'm going to go to Watts the Obsession. Hold on. Watts the Obsession. That way I could put it in my watch later. Okay, so an hour ago, Watts the Obsession just posted this. I'm going to post the link to their video in the chat. And I will go watch that as well. Watts. I'm just going to type Watts video. You can get it on Kindle or for free. Thank you, Brittany. I screenshotted that. Thank you. Hey, Helen Vera. This is the only channel where I have felt comfortable to voice my opinion on the Chris Watts case. I like to listen to all views too. But oh, it's your first video? Is it? Oh. Princess Consuelo. Welcome, Jen A. Palooza. Well, as a person who has made a lot of terrible decisions in my life and been lifted up through Christ, that Bible comment earlier really got to me. Saying that someone doesn't deserve a Bible. Everyone, that's what we would all need, is not even that, just having the love of Christ or God, no matter who you are, because that is the beginning of healing, in my opinion. Absolutely, Amber. Okay, Watts the Obsession. She's been written it. I think Mexi has the book. Oh, okay. So that's really all I wanted to say about that, you guys. I'm really sick and tired of, and yes, again, we all have our own opinion, but can maybe before we start, and I could work on this too in other situations and areas in my life, maybe we can work on maybe not judging people as much. And before we open our mouth and say, listen to Ronnie Watts, I know people joke and they're like, we needed an interpreter for him because it is hard to understand his accent and stuff. But instead of like attacking, can we maybe put ourselves in these people's shoes and be like, man, that would suck. Wouldn't that suck so bad if your son or your daughter killed someone and all of a sudden the whole world hates fucking you because you didn't have a good relationship with their wife or their husband? It's your fault now. They're in jail, but you're the one that's on here that we can scream at. It's just not fair. I agree with that. I'm going to highlight that, Sonny. People should be nicer to both families. I agree. I love your stance and opinions on everybody needs forgiveness and a chance, because that's the only way that we could learn and grow. Now, you may believe that people are in prison to be punished forever and to suffer and to never be happy ever again. But that's in my personal opinion, that's such a pessimistic way to think. Because when I look at people sitting maybe 20 years in prison or even life in prison or even death row, I see that as an opportunity for that person to look back, and every day even if they're crazy, they have to look back and say, God, it sucks to be in prison. If only I would have done this different, or if only I would have done that, or if only I would have just got a divorce. All the different things that they're regretting or thinking about, and then maybe getting closer to God. And it's not up to us, because a lot of people say, oh, well, it's funny. He's just getting a relationship with God now. He didn't before. Well, he has nothing else to fucking do with this time. More power to him. Only creator that has compassion. Thank you, Watts the Obsession. Do you think NK was involved or not? I don't, Shar. I really don't. I think maybe she might possibly know more, but again, that's just my mind wandering, or maybe would have seen stuff or heard stuff. But again, that's just my mind saying, oh, she seems like this or that. I think it was a very promiscuous, adulterous situation, and that invited the devil to come play. And then the devil moved from that situation, and he moved into YouTube. I know how bad it sucks to be deemed guilty because someone close to you has done something terrible. People should think before bashing others. Yeah. I mean, if your sister's a slut, would you like people to call you a slut too? I mean, me and my sister are both sluts, but I'm not talking about me. Just kidding. We're not. I don't think she's a whore anymore. I'm not. Talona, are you a slut? No. Thank you, Susie. I try to. But it's not cool to, like, we don't like guilt by association, so why would we want to put that on somebody else? But again, like I said about prison, or when you were in detention in school, prison is a life sentence. But I don't believe people should just sit there to be punished forever. I am optimistic about a prisoner, even if it was Jeffrey Dahmer. Am I saying it's okay to go commit crime because you'll be okay later? No, I'm not promoting that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you're sitting in your detention or in your prison for doing something terrible, you have no other choice but to sit there and think about your actions. And you have nothing else to do but to grow and to change, because you ain't leaving those prison walls ever again. You have God. Why not spark up a relationship with God? You got nothing better to do. Maybe that's exactly where God needed you to get your attention. Who knows? God works in weird, mysterious ways. Bobby Blue Eyes says, I can't imagine having a child who committed a heinous crime. Like, how do you just expect the parent to stop loving or caring for them? Yeah, unconditional love, right, Bobby? It's messed up, but I think it has to be hard. Exactly. So I think, by somebody sitting in prison, they have every opportunity until the day, whether they're on the death row or they end up dying in prison. I think that's a great opportunity for them to change and to grow while they're behind bars. You may think differently, and that's okay, but I believe that you can change. Anybody. I believe anybody can. And I mean anybody. Anyone. So I hope you understand that I'm not like promoting or supporting crime. That's not, if that's what you get from my message, that's incorrect. And maybe I would suggest trying to listen again if you're going to think that, because that's not true. I agree, Sharon. If the world has more kindness and forgiveness, it would be a better place. Exactly, Susie. You have nothing but time. Dahmer knew he was a sicko and told the truth. I mean, he's Jeffrey Dahmer, but I can respect the self-awareness and truth-telling. See? Yeah. We all deserve to be forgiven even after we have sinned the worst. Yeah, even the worst sins. Gotcha, Lauren. Even if it's over and over. It took me from the time I was 13, starting alcohol, until... Nick... Wait, what? Sorry, long... No, I understand. In prison, there would be nothing but time. Yeah, I gotcha. My mom would kill me if I left the lights. It took me until about 11 months ago almost to finally quit alcohol. And then from the time I was 21 until about 11 months ago, to address the other problem that I had with doing drugs. That's a long time to continue to do the same thing over and over and make the same bad decisions, even though I knew what I was doing was wrong. And God, even though I hurt a lot of people's feelings, some people didn't forgive me and whatever, God did. And that felt good because forgiveness is what helped me grow. And forgiveness is what helped me believe in myself to change. And that's why I'm still sober. Still sober, bitches. Isn't that cool? And yeah, that's not murder. Thank you, Nikki Rex. That's not murder, but I mean, shit. We all have our snapping moments where we're like, oh my God, why did I do that? I could have went about that differently. Violence is the same way, unfortunately. Murders are going to happen, unfortunately, and it's only getting worse. Unfortunately, yes. Not only that, even if they are horrible people, shouldn't we try and get them to accept God and make them a better people? Absolutely. And everybody has the right to that. By the way, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. So Jesus would never say, well, they were sentenced to life in prison, so I'm out. I like that. Very good point. Yeah, who mailed me this cup? Somebody mailed this to me, and I have no idea who. This came like 2 or 3 days ago. Anybody? I have no idea who mailed this mug to me. Sunflower, I have no idea where they even got it. I don't know. It's a mystery. It was a mystery gift. Thank you, Susie. Miss Sandy showed true forgiveness when she saved Chris's life. Anyone else would have put them to death. Yeah, that was very kind. Yeah, I don't know who sent it. If they don't like the attention, then why do they keep putting themselves out there? Who? I did not, but you can thank me. If nobody claims the damn mug, I'm going to lie and claim. I really wish I knew who sent it so I could tell them thank you, but thank you, whoever it was. So I'm going to get in the shower. I hope you peacefully take my message the way it was intended. And that was just to say that, can we just lighten up and stop saying mean stuff to both of the families, to all of them? Please. Hey, I saved Robbie. You did not. Those who never sin, throw the first stone. Bingo, Kathleen. Bingo. Are you taking us in the shower with you? Nah, not today. Once I work out and I start looking really good, maybe I'll take a picture with my shirt off. And then somebody want to make out with me. So cool, by the way. I don't think you sound feminine. Just watched your other. Oh. Thank you. Thanks, bro. All right, guys. God bless you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Rusek, and happy Mother's Day to Mrs. Watts. And happy Mother's Day to all of you. And of course, happy Mother's Day to my lovely mother. You want to make out, Robin? Okay. And I hope you guys have a really, really good day and cherish the times with your loved ones, because you'll never know when you turn on the news and you see their face after they murdered somebody. And then you'll have to explain why you were such an asshole to their significant other. Just kidding. Hopefully that never has to happen to any of us, huh? A, as the Canadians say. My friend's Canadian. She got me saying, A, darling Nikki. Hey, isn't Nikki... Did I see? Hold on a minute. Let's raid her. You guys, you want to raid? Let's raid darling Nikki right now. She's live. Let's go get her. You ready? Let's drain the room out and go raid her. Save. Robbie. Raid. Good night, guys. Okay, there's her link if you guys want to go over and raid Nikki. Hold on, what is she saying over there?
I think, hey, Andy, I think that I would have come back.
Okay, we still have 171 people in here. Let's drain the room and go over there.
Even if she...
Oh, Robin says, here we come.
What she did, which who would?
I see some of you going in there.
Denying it. I don't think that I would have, you know...
What the hell's going on over there?
What the hell? I don't think I would have...
Oh, good. 20 of you went over there. Let's keep going, guys. I'm going to keep posting her link. Katrina. Hey, Brianna, we're going over to Nikki's. Hey, Baked Cake. Thank you guys for listening. And that was very peaceful. Thank you, Nikki Rex, for continuing to put the peaceful message in here. See, that's how... Thank you because there wasn't anybody that was being mean in here. Everybody was voicing their opinions, disagreeing or whatever, and it was great. So thank you. I like having those kind of conversations, and I like not being a crazy Gemini and being mean and getting on and snapping and yelling at people. And Nikki Rex, she motivates me not to snap on people too. Because when I do, it's not nice, and it's not good for anybody. Love you, Nikki Rex. Good night, Amanda. All right, I'm going... Let's see. Oh, I see you guys going over there. Okay. See you over in Darling Nikki's. I love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful Mother's Day. And do something nice say something nice to somebody today. Even if you don't like them. Even if somebody's mean and they have a mean mug on their face. They're always looking at you like this. Look at their face and say, you make really pretty mean mugs. When you make a mean face, you look really pretty. Give somebody a compliment today. Even if they're mean and ugly. Tell them to smile because they have pretty teeth. Even if they have one tooth, say, your one tooth, it's really pretty and I like when you smile instead of being mean to me. Okay, guys, bye. See you, Nikki's. Love you. Bye. No chance. No.